Problem number 5 is about regression. You will need to plot the data. You will be given some data. You will need to plot it. Let's plot it. Yeah, let's call this data. Okay, so I might ask you to put the axis titles here and there. Here's just some random data, so we don't know what this data is. So then I will ask you to put the trend line, the linear one. Okay, so then I will ask you to give me the equation of this trend line, so display equation on the chart, and the Pearson's correlation coefficient. So let's put it here. Okay, that's it. Yeah, that's it. So Pearson's correlation coefficient. So here we have Pearson's correlation coefficient squared. So in order to calculate our R value, we need to use the correlation function. Okay, so that's this and that. And you see it's picking up the sign. So it's picking up the sign, so it's negative. That means that the slope is negative here. Okay, so if you want to use that squared correlation coefficient, so we should take the square root, and it should be negative in this case. Yeah. So see the disadvantage of this approach, it doesn't take into account the sign because it's squared. Can be positive, can be negative. So we need like to make the judgment based like on the slope. Okay, and this is 0.1071. Okay, so looks quite similar, but here we are cutting the tail, so that is why. So this value is going to be a little bit more accurate. And that's it. So I might ask you to calculate the intersection of this line with the axis, make some predictions based on this line, but there will be no hypothesis testing. Yeah, there will be no hypothesis testing, so which I covered in my lab number 6 tutorial. So there will be no that procedure in this problem. So just the trend line, Pearson's correlation coefficient, and some minor calculations based on the trend line. So intersections with the y-axis, with the x-axis, and maybe some prediction. Yeah, so I might ask you, so what is going to be the value like on that trend line in, let's say, 200. Yeah, so then you will need to take 200, substitute it to your equation. Yeah, so and do that simple calculation. Okay, that's it. So this is going to be extremely straightforward problem, problem number 5. And let's move to problem number 6.